Hey guys, welcome back to Hunting Rock Acres. Today's just an average morning, which is actually really nice for a change. As you can see, we have a sunny day, which we haven't had just a plain old sunny day in, tell you, way too long. And that's made getting anything done pretty tough. It definitely seems like I've spent the last like 2-3 weeks even just trying to work around the weather, work around my allergies. You know, I can't get, any filming done because the weather's been really poor. So today we're gonna go and take a look at some of the things that we've gotten done, but just having a normal chore day. Yeah, I posted a video a couple weeks ago about the floods that we had, and it was bad. I mean, it was the worst I've ever seen. And we've had 2 more rounds of storms since then, and it's been like 3 rounds of storms in the last like 2 weeks. It's been pretty crazy, and it's been a pretty active springtime, to be honest. We've had a little more, I call it mostly minor damage and stuff here and there, but it's just been a complete mad panic to get everything done, from cutting the grass to just keeping the animals fed, moving the ones around that need to get onto new grass, dealing with the piglets. They're at the age where they are needing to be weaned off. We had the butcherings, and I'll tell you guys more about that in a bit. It's just been really, really busy, and I know I'm a broken record when I say that. And springtime's exciting on a farm, but springtime can probably be one of the most brutal times, especially, as I've said before, when you don't have enough time to get everything done the right way. Hey pig. Good morning, guys. What's up, Henry? How we doing, big guy? That fence is hot, buddy. I've tried feeding these guys in bowls, but they immediately destroy them. So you might notice that we're missing 2 of our pigs back here, and well, those 2 pigs went to freezer camp. Over the last 2 weeks, my dad and I have been working on butchering those 2 pigs, which is kind of bittersweet because they're the last 2 of the original group that we started with, the very first. However, between the 2 of us, those 2 pigs put 180 some odd pounds of meat in the freezer. Some people will homestead to have a hobby farm and to keep, kind of a, I guess to call a sanctuary for everything. And it is kind of sad to see, animals that you've kind of grow fond of go away. But it's also the rewarding side if you do eat meat, where you put a lot of effort into that, and a lot of work, a lot of time, in some cases a lot of money, and you don't get to see immediate rewards a lot doing this. But when you do, you get big ones, and those have been pretty big ones. So I'll go ahead and tell you, we didn't get any video of it. That is something I want to try to share at some point, but it's one of those things where I'm still trying to make sure that I hone that skill a little better before I go trying to advertise, to anybody else, maybe tips and tricks and how to do it and all that. There's definitely some things that I've learned that have made it easier. And so hopefully, fingers crossed, the next time we do this, we're going to try to share that. But just to be completely honest, there's certain aspects of it that I'm not allowed to share, and I'm still trying to understand some of the rules on that. But nonetheless, both pigs were, you know, up close to 160 to 180 pounds. You know, like I said, about, I think I said it, maybe if I misquoted, I apologize, but you know, between the two of us, it ended up about 80 pounds each. And I'll just be real with you, it's some of the best pork. Like, doesn't have any of that heavy pork taste that you get with some of the stuff at the store, or that mega water content that you get because they, you know, try to exaggerate the weight of those meats. It's really, really good. So despite being completely overwhelmed and tired and stressed out for the last couple weeks, it's nice to finally get a little reward. So one more thing while we're down here in the back is, look at this thing. Yeah, I told you we've had a few storms, and I made a video, short video about this thing the other day. Guys, this thing was just intended to be a shade shelter. I didn't realize we were gonna get the amount of winds and stuff that we've gotten the last couple of weeks. And somehow this janky thing is still standing. I mean, we had storms that caused damage on the property, took down trees. We had one that, by definition, was essentially a tornado that didn't touch down just a couple of miles away. And somehow this is still here and still providing shade and a little bit of cover for the pigs. Good morning, pigs. Good morning, Molly. How we doing? Oh, Molly, we've been trying to get her sort of weaned, and we separated all the piglets, but she wasn't drying off as well as I'd liked, and I was a little worried about her getting, you know, mastitis or something. She was definitely uncomfortable, so we put 2 of the piglets back in here with her. But for now, the rest of them are hanging out over here with the chickens. Hey, pigs. Hey, pigs. So 3 of these guys have, they gotta get castrated. So another thing I won't be showing on video, but another thing that needs to be done. Good morning, freezer chickens. How we doing? Everybody doing all right? I still got a decent bit of food from last night. So these guys have just started trying to learn how to crow. They sound like a broken ooga horn. So these guys are, you know, the Red Rangers, the Freedom Ranger. Let's hear it again. You know, the Freedom Rangers, the Big Red Broilers. There's several names for them, but these are probably the second most popular meat chickens outside of the Cornish crosses. And these guys are about 8 weeks old today. Actually, I think they're 9 weeks old. And so we got about 2 weeks left before we've got these guys scheduled, and we'll be doing another butchering. So yet another thing that's all coming together at the same time. So we've got baby pigs. Here's the rest of them. What's up, guys? I got food. Y'all ready? I don't have too much trouble with the chickens getting it because the pigs really won't let them. And they also try to steal the chicken food too, which has been a challenge. So these are the ones that were born on Easter. So these guys are a little over 8 weeks now. What's up, Petey? What's up, dude? You know, another thing I brought up that we had to get done is cutting the grass, and special thanks to my dad who just up and volunteered to give me a hand because he knew I was a bit overwhelmed. But it looks pretty good. We basically had to bush hog it because between the rain and the way things scheduled out for graduations and stuff, I just didn't get to it in time, and man, it was a bit rough. It's important to have some community around you, some people that can help support you, because you're gonna need it. But on a positive note, we still got stuff growing, which is good. Our raised beds are jamming, especially those strawberries. Not everything is though. That storm that came through, it was brutal. It did damage to the greenhouse. It did damage to our garden. It broke over several of our squash plants, and shockingly, a lot of them seem to survive, but not all of them, and many of them are quite damaged. We lost zucchini plants, some tomatoes. They broke over. I think they're going to be okay, but it broke those over. Not all bad news though. They're starting to get some marigolds blooming. So the story with the greenhouse is that these two panels on this side, the large roof panel began to blow outward and it pulled it up out of the track a little bit. Now I've siliconed it in on the bottom and I put extra clips up and down the sides. It's also screwed in, and I'm confident that if it hadn't have been screwed in, that panel would have been completely gone because it was starting to try to bend. But we got it back in place. I added a few extra clips and I put some tape across the top because, well, it was in between storms, so I was out here panicking trying to just get it together. And then this window here, it pulled that panel almost all the way out of that window frame. And so I'm gonna go back and I need to silicone more of those, and I think it'll hold better. But it is what it is. We had, it was 60+ mile-an-hour winds. I don't know exactly what they decided it was, but they were straight line winds, and well, no other damage. She's still standing strong. See how long that holds up. All right guys, I don't have much else. I know this isn't an action-packed video, and I haven't been able to bring you a lot of actual, you know, good, you know, what's happening on the farm when it's happening type of videos. But I appreciate your patience, and hopefully you enjoyed just a little bit of a casual chore day, just getting some basic stuff done, just the routine stuff. I've still got to go work a full day of work now. Still got some, you know, last additional processing stuff like packaging and bacon and sausage and stuff. So still going to be an absolutely wild, busy day, but in a little bit of a different way. And we've got some nice weather, so hopefully it'll stay that way for a little while. We'll dry out up here. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Thanks for watching. I'll try to get you guys some more meaningful stuff here soon, and I hope you have a blessed day. We'll talk to you again soon.